They're gonna put you all back in chains.
Whoa! Whoa! Hey, nation, what's good, y'all? You know what I'm saying? Back here with another video. Hey, today I'm bringing 47 years of Joe Biden's. I'm not gonna say it. Comments. I got my boy with me.
What it is, YouTube? It's your boy Yeezo 2 times, but since it's 2 times, it's only right if I say it 2 times, right? Yeezo 2 times in the building. I'm with my boy.
You feel me, man? But we got 4. We already said it.
Yeah.
So man, we gonna dive right into it. Make sure y'all smash the like button, comment down below, subscribe to the channel. Let's dive right to it. We finna see what he talking about today.
Got to.
You know what I'm saying? 47 years of. It's like 47 years. He's not even 47 years old.
He older than that?
What?
Bro,
You don't know your president's
nothing
age?
about this.
You don't know his
dude.
president's
age.
No.
Are you going to apologize like Cory Booker
Apologize for what?
Cory Booker's called for it.
Cory should apologize. He knows better. There's not a racist bone in my body. I've been involved in civil rights my...
Racist people say that. Oh, our people say that.
No, you can say it.
Oh, okay. Racist people say that.
But it's not racist bone on my body?
Yeah, they say
or like, I got...
Or they be like, I'm not I got a black friend. Stuff like that. They say that, bro.
Yeah.
whole career.
You cannot go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent. I'm not joking.
That was tough. Yeah. Because I'm not going to lie.
Come on, man. Stop.
He laughed.
Stop.
But no, like, that is crazy because this Dunkin' Donuts over here, it was, I guess, white owned for a minute. It had a white manager, a white owner for a minute. Now I've been seeing like, straight people, straight Indian, people of that like descent. But for him to say that like that, like,
You probably got some truth to it a little bit, like from back then, before.
what you mean?
Like you think that was actually how it was going, how it was getting ran?
Nah, I'm just saying, like, from what he said, like, he can't go to a Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, without having an Indian accent or something like that.
Unless you have a slight Indian accent to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts.
7-Eleven or Dunkin'. But see, because I'm not gonna lie, nah, that's kind of not true, but that is just like racist. Yeah. But that was at that time though, probably. You know what I'm saying? This is say 06.
I wonder who owned like a 7-Eleven and a Dunkin' Donut. I wonder who, maybe that got something to do with it a little bit.
I don't know.
Unless you have a slight Indian accent. I'm not joking.
The world is different. There's too much unfinished business for us to just look backwards. We have to look to the future.
I know Joe. We know Joe. But most importantly, Joe knows us.
That's right.
And by the way, I sit on the stand and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap.
I remember that video. I'm not gonna lie. This was tough for him to say that about black kids. I learned about roaches. That had nothing to do with little kids or whatever rubbing your leg. He said, "Yeah, I know about roaches, cockroaches. It's like
it's not even that. It's just like this whole setup right here is just I don't know. It just don't seem right, bro."
And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
Even call centers, which rushed overseas in the hundreds of thousands. How many times you get the call? I'd like to talk to you about your credit card. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
They're going to put you all back.
Kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
Wait, what did he say? Wait.
He said, poor kids are just as bright and talented as white kids.
But you got poor white people too, though. So what do you mean by that?
Credit card. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
I don't even know how people is not like this. This is the president, what I'm saying, saying that.
Saying this, it's.
But I think people trying to Because people could get mad at Trump all day for like some of the stuff that he did say. His wording could have been like wrong, but a lot of stuff that Trump has said is some facts behind it. Yes, it is, but it's a way of saying it.
In my opinion, we don't need white people leading the Democratic Party right now. The Democratic Party is diverse, and it should be reflected as so in our leadership.
I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black,
why does this happen? I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this, because let me just be really clear. Vice President Biden absolutely has a respect level for all people around him, for voters across this country, young people, older voters, voters of color, black people, Latino voters, indigenous, Asian American, Pacific Islander. So I'm not going to even traffic in any hypothetical conversation about if he is sensitive enough.
In my opinion, we don't need white people leading the Democratic Party right now.
I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
I think Joe Biden might be suffering from that same white entitlement and privilege and ego, where he's just that old school white male who feels like, hey, man, they need me, I don't need them, or I got them already.
Joe Biden is under fire this evening on comments he made about working alongside segregationist senators in the past.
Biden recalling his early Senate career, bringing up two segregationist senators, Herman Talmadge and James Eastland, who called African Americans an inferior race. I was in a caucus with James O. Eastland, Biden said. He never called me boy, he always called me son. At least there was some civility. We got things done. We didn't agree on much of anything. We got things done.
I think the two-party system, although my Democratic colleagues don't like me saying this, I think the two-party system is good for the South and good for the Negro, good for the black in the South. Other than the fact that they still call me boy, I think they've changed their mind about that.
That's crazy.
The fact that they still call me boy, I think they've changed their mind about that.
It's that old school white male.
He ain't say that.
No, I promise
he ain't say that. He said that, and people. Ain't no way.
No.
It says, in order for your child with curly black hair, brown eyes, and dark skin to be able to learn anything, he needs to sit next to my blonde-haired, blue-eyed son. What?
I don't know, man.
That's deep. They just...
Yeah.
They're going to put you all back in chains.
Whoa! 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 Hey, he talking about boo. Why did he
boo him like that? But
come on,
what?
Bro. That was wild, bro. Out of pocket.
He ain't say that. Let me go back. Let me hear that again. Maybe he wasn't black.
They're going to put you all back in chains.
Like, what did he mean by that?
30 seconds or less. What kind of a chance would a northeastern liberal like Joe Biden stand in the South if you were running in Democratic primaries against Southerners like Mark Warner and John Edwards?
Better than anybody else. And you don't know my state. My state was a slave state. My state is a border state. My state is the 8th largest black population in the country. My state is anything from a northeast liberal state.
It's that old school white male.
Choosing Joe to be my vice president was one of the best decisions I ever made.
Not the first sort of mainstream African American.
Yeah.
Who was articulate and bright and clean and a nice looking guy. I mean, that's a storybook, man.
My son is Attorney General a year.
Really? How could he?
You get what you trying to say?
Yeah, but like what? Man, his comments is crazy. I didn't know he said a lot of this stuff.
Like,
I ain't
the
gonna
fact
lie.
that he said, I mean, that's a storybook. Like, I don't know. That don't sound right with me. I ain't gonna lie. Like, that's just a fairy tale made up. Like, you know?
Looking guy. I mean, that's a storybook, man.
My son is Attorney General a year in Iraq, came back, and that's one of the things that he finds was most in need. When he was over there in Iraq for a year, people would come to him and talk about what was happening at home in terms of foreclosures, in terms of bad loans that were these Shylocks who took advantage of these women and men. Back from Mumbai to go meet with President Xi in China. I stopped in Singapore to meet with a guy named Lee Kuan Yew, who most foreign policy experts around the world say is the wisest man in the Orient. There's not a racist bone in my body. But I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump.
Is that a part 2?
That is crazy. Hold on. So it kind of hit me late. Wow. That's nuts.
All right, you got to fit me. I ain't gonna lie.
So basically people think like Asians are like smart as ever.
Oh, yeah.
And then like what he just said.
Guy named Lee Kuan Yew, who most foreign policy experts around the world say is the wisest man in the Orient. Not a racist bone in my body. But I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
Yeah, Joe really is that ignorant, and that is who the Democrats want you to stand in line and vote for.
Wait, is that an updated version though? Cause
it is an updated version.
That is crazy.
Dang. I mean, I'm surprised. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen multiple videos of him saying some racist stuff like that, but a lot of the stuff I didn't see. But
this
man,
is new to me, bro.
It caught me up. Really, you never seen? Right?
I ain't know he was like that. I promise you, I didn't.
What?
I promise you, I didn't, y'all.
Yeah, I would have filled you in on that, but
that's crazy.
This is crazy, but let me know how y'all feel about this reaction. Put it down in the comment section right now. We'll be looking. Make sure y'all smash the like button, subscribe to the channel down below. To the next reaction. We out.